Alright, hello YouTube. This is a Jeep 2016 Cherokee with the engine layout this way. Bank 2 is the one at the front of the vehicle. Bank 1 is the one in the rear. Alright, so we got sensor 1, bank 2 at the very front of the vehicle. It's the front one there. And for some reason on these Cherokee, it's very close to the fan shroud, fans assembly. And you can see there it's rubbing, which may be the cause of it happening. So the reason why you got to take it off is because the clearance of the sensor. It's up to you. You want to mess with the radiator or take it off this way. The way the two bottom bolts are slotted, they're supposed to make it easy to hold your gasket, but it's definitely too tight in there. Yeah, this back one is 13mm. These two 13mm for the exhaust. This bolt 13, and then the top ones are 10mm. You'd rather have a ratcheting wrench with swivel head and a U-joint. Alright, so I took the 4 bolts off, and I figured maybe the bottom bolts can be backed a little loose and not all the way. So I just backed the bottom bolts just a little bit, and I'll show you when I take it off. If you lift off on the manifold, because the holes in the bottom are slotted, maybe we don't have to, so I'm going to take either this or this off, and these two here. Alright, once we take those off, the whole thing should come off, and I don't really see a way to even put a socket on top of that sensor. There's no clearance, so this is probably the easier way, and hopefully. Alright, so I dropped the whole piece of cat here out, and this is the, oops, don't do that. So this is the top one. It goes on the engine like this, and that's number 1 because it's on the top. It's always number 1 is closer to the engine, it's upstream, and then that's number 2. And you wonder why a lot of them goes bad, and like we talked about it earlier, it will run into the fan shroud or fan assembly on it, and it will rub on it, and it will create an open circuit or a short, and that will make it bad. So when I took this thing off, these 4 top ones are 10mm. I had to take them all off, and the bottom 2 ones were 1/2 inch or 13. I had to loosen this here, this hanger, which goes here. That's a 13, and also had to loosen the exhaust a little bit. So don't forget your gaskets. So what you're gonna do now is just switch the sensor at 7/8. Best thing is using the socket. I'm gonna try to use an impact. It was impossible to get the thing off with it being in the vehicle. So, and the upstream is black and the downstream is white, so when you get the new one, you gotta remember that as well.